When the sign change, we have 2 over 3 times 4 over 1. 2 times 4 is going to give us 8. 3 times 1 is going to give us 3. So we have 8 over 3. We can change this to a mixed fraction. You know, this is an improper fraction. This is also an improper fraction. But we can change them to a mixed fraction, okay? When you change, you can have 2 over 3, okay? You use the long division method to change it. You can also change it to a decimal. Okay? We also have here 3 over 5 divided by 2 over 3. What do we do? Remember, it's the second fraction. The denominator goes up and the numerator comes down. So when we do that, this division sign changes to multiplication. So we have 3 over 5 times 3 over 2. 3 times 3 is going to give us 9, and 5 times 2 is going to give us 10. Do you understand that? Okay. We now know how to divide fractions and whole numbers, and we now know how to also divide fractions by fractions. Next, we are going to be looking at multiplying and dividing decimals. When you are presented with a question like this, 2.5 times 0.6, how do you multiply it when there's a decimal? So for multiplication, you ignore the decimals and multiply as if working with whole numbers. Count the total decimal place in the factors and place the decimal point in the product accordingly, okay? So here we are presented with 2.5 times 0.6. We are to ignore the decimals. So we have 25 times 6. 6 times 5 is going to give you 30. You write 0 and carry 3. 6 times 2 is going to give you 12, plus 3 is going to give you 15. So we have 150. Now we have gotten our answer. We count how many decimal places are there, then we put our decimal with our answer, okay? There's only one decimal place, so you put 1. So 1.5. There's no need bothering about putting the 0, okay? So we have 1.5. So this is your answer. 2.5 times 0.6 is going to give you 1.5. Okay? Do you understand that? So you ignore the decimal. When you get your answer, you count the decimal and place your decimal point, okay? Here we have 24.7 times 3.56. How do we multiply this? The first step is to ignore the decimal. You multiply like you are multiplying whole number. So you have 247 times 356. You start from the right. 6 times 7 is going to give you 42. You write down 2 and carry 4. 6 times 4 is going to give you 24. Plus the 4 you carried over from here is going to give you 28. You write down 8 and carry 2 over here. And 6 times 2 is going to give you 12, plus the 2 you carried. Don't forget, 12 plus 2 is going to give you 14. So you write down 14. Okay? Have you done that? We move over to the next digit, 5. 5 times 7 is going to give you 35. You write down 5 and carry 3. 5 times 4 is going to give you 20, plus the 3 you carried over is going to give you 23. You write down 3 and carry 2. 5 times 2 is going to give you 10, plus the 2 you carried over, 12. So you have 12. You are done with 5. You move to the next digit, 3. 3 times 7 is going to give you 21. You write down 1 and carry 2. 3 times 4 is going to give you 12, plus the 2 you carried over, 13. You write down 4 and carry 1. 3 times 2 is going to give you 6, plus the 1 you carried over is 7. You write down 7. Now when you are done using the lower digit to multiply the upper digit, you add everything together, okay? So you start adding from the right. 2 plus nothing is going to give you 2. 8 plus 5 is going to give you 13. You write down 3 and carry over 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So you write down 9. Then you move to the next one. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. You write down 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. You write down 8. So this is our answer when we're done multiplying. Now, how many decimals is our product? We have 2 decimals here, so we'll count 2 steps and put our decimal. So we have here 87.932 as our answer, okay? So this times this is going to give you 87.932. Do you understand that? So this is how you multiply decimals, okay? So now let's look at how you divide decimals. For division, you move the decimal point in the divisor and the dividend to make the divisor a whole number. Then perform the division, okay? 4.2 divided by 0.7. You move the decimal away and it will give you 42 divided by 7, okay? You move it away, 42 divided by 7 is going to give you 6. If you divide 42 by 7, it's going to give you 6, okay? You can use the long division method to do this. 7 times 6 is going to give you 42. Do you understand? So now we also have here 6.9 divided by 1.5. So we move the decimal, we have 69. We move the decimal, we revise, so we have 15. So 69 divided by 15 is going to give you 4.6. I know you're wondering how we got this point here. We use the long division method, okay? 69 divided by 15. 15 in 69, it will go 4 times, okay? So you write 4. 4 times 15 is going to give you 60. Do you understand? So 69 minus 60 is going to give you 9. So you are left here with 9. 15 cannot go into 9, so you put your decimal point. When you put decimal point, you can add 0. Okay, now you have 90. 15 in 90 is going to give you 6. So 6 times 15 is 90. 90 minus 90 is 0, nothing. So we have 4.6, okay? So 69 divided by 15 is going to give you 4.6. Do you understand? I hope you're not confused. So 1.5 goes into 6.9 4 times with a remainder of 6, okay, 0.6. That's why we have 4.6, okay? So we now know how to multiply and divide decimals, right? Now we are going to be looking at how to divide whole numbers, okay? Dividing whole numbers. I'm sure we're going to be able to divide whole numbers. If we're able to divide decimals, it's easy to divide whole numbers, okay? So we have here 48 divided by 5. 48 divided by 5 will go into 9 places, remainder 3. Or if you use the long division method, you will have 9.6, okay? 5 times 9 is going to give you 45, and we are looking for 48. So there's a remainder of 3, that's why it's remainder 3. But if you continue using the long division method, When you minus 48 from 45 and you have 3, you can put a point and add 0. Okay? And 5 in 30 is going to give you 6. So you write 6. 6 times 5 is 30. That's how you do it. Okay? The previous slide I showed you long division. So here 63 divided by 9 is going to give us 7. You can use the long division method to also do this. You can count doing this division, okay? 9 times 7 is going to give you 63. That's why there is no remainder. So 9 can go into 63 7 places, okay? Do you understand? Here 27 divided by 4 is 6 remainder 3. 4 times 6 is going to give you 24. There's a remainder of 3. You are looking for 27, okay? That's why you have 6 remainder 3, or if you continue dividing using the long division, you have 6.75. So you can use the long division method to try this and you will arrive at this answer, okay? Here we have 92 divided by 7. 92 divided by 7 is 13 remainder 1, okay? Do you understand? 7 times 13 is going to give you 91, okay? So there's a remainder of 1. We are looking for 92. So it's 13 remainder 1, okay? You can continue using the long division method. You arrive at this answer. It continues, but you just have to end somewhere, okay? So this is how you divide whole numbers. So today's lesson, we understood everything we looked at under arithmetics with rational numbers, right? We looked at rational numbers, adding and subtracting decimals, dividing fractions with whole numbers, dividing fractions by fractions, multiplying and dividing decimals, dividing whole numbers, right? So we understood everything we looked at on today's lesson. Okay, good. So next we're going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we're going to be able to do our assignment, right? It's easy. Okay, that is good. Practice makes perfect. So keep on practicing. That way you can be perfect, okay?